Bottom DJs, bitch.
You are locked inside of Triller from the beat with your boy DJ Sexy Lex, and today is all about the DJ. Respect the DJ. The mix went down, but it was Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Saturday.
Well, we had the video version waiting for y'all ass today. So get ready for that, man. I got my dog, the first one that stepped up to the plate, man. My boy DJ Legend. What's good with you, bro?
What up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Now, when I started this whole thing, I had told you over the phone, this segment of what I'm doing with Trill FM is to really like give brothers that look that never got that look, as far as like me, Dolby, or Matches, or Chill, or somebody like that. I know you got the talent. I want the world to see it. You feel what I'm saying? So what you thought when I called you about that?
Man, it was bro, like it was weird because again, I'm just trying to play, I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm playing, getting different little gigs and stuff. So whenever I got the call from you, I was like, oh snap. I was like, oh, you want to work?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, we get on the phone and we talking about it, and it just seemed like some type of fate situation, because I need some type of publicity, right?
Right.
But it just really felt like I'm moving in the right direction if I can get, people like you just said, Matches, you, Dolby, some of y'all attention. Then it just felt good to say, hey, what's up, And I would name drop, but I did get some calls, from.
Oh, we're gonna talk about all that. We're gonna talk about all that, because I got some text messages too. We're gonna start all the way to the beginning, man. When was the first time you thought about doing this?
Wow. Seriously.
Yeah.
To be honest, it had to be when and some of my closer friends are gonna be like, oh snap, he's telling this story. This had to be whenever
God.
I had
I think I know.
I had an apartment to myself, man.
I heard y'all was crazy with them house parties.
Man, it was nuts, man. And I think it was like one Mardi Gras or whatnot. Now, I mean, the story before that was I did it, everybody knows I do step team stuff. So I work with step teams and stuff. So whenever I was working with Como step team, I used to make their mixes on like a little board my girl at the time had bought me.
Right.
So, moving on a few years forward, I'm in the house, I'm just, friends, and, cutting up, we inviting, people over, having some fun drinking. And I'm like, all right, look, let me just play music. Right.
Yeah.
And we just having a good time.
Right.
And again, I got to give a huge shout out to Flex, because Flex came through. We invited Flex to the party one time. He came through, he looked at me, stared over. He was, you playing that from your computer? I was like, yeah, I'm doing that right now. He looked, he was like, all right. And then he kept, we just had the party. We just kept going on. And then, it just snowballed, hey, you want to play something right quick? And then it just
so so that was your very first event, right?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the house party, and just doing like little things here and there, at at the hall on Gloria Switch, little teen parties and things like that. Flex was, rocking out with, and even, working with Mr. C, watching him,
Explain that experience with Mr. C. That's my nigga, man.
Man, well, again, we had in high school, right? We had the step teams and stuff like that. So we did a lot of parties and stuff. So we was able to generate, a lot of crowds and, a lot of, just fun, atmosphere. So whenever we would bring that to Mr. C and his parties, he would pay attention to that. And, we kind of respected that we wasn't really that crowd that was coming just to act up, so to speak.
Right.
So again, fast forward a few years later, just being able to, stand behind Mr. C, help him a couple of times, move some, equipment, set up a few parties, so to speak, and
pay them dues, nigga. Pay them dues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do that, know. So just being able to be in that, little small, come help me, do a small little basketball event. Just
because all that shit lead to something else.
Right.
You know?
So it was all just dope, man. Like I said, big shout out to Mr. C, Flex, DJ Clean. People know
Come
who
on.
that is, right?
Yeah.
That's where it all started at, really.
Okay. So, all right. You figured out this is what you want to do. Now, have you ever touched a turntable? Did you have any like prior knowledge of like what that was about?
Man, to be honest, no. Before 2010, I was just doing like a lot of dancing stuff and doing step team stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
So just the hip hop part of it, or just, saying, oh, a DJ. I had never really thought about it before until I had made a show. So anybody can go look this up. Y'all can go look up the 07 Como perform. Not even 07. It was just type in Como Step Team and y'all should see a performance at Lafayette High.
Okay.
And on there, the skit was that they had a radio playing. And I was just like, all right, let me just do the voiceover for that.
Right.
And I was like, yo, it's 2004 radio. It's your boy Legend. Legend. I said something, DJ Legend or something. I was just clowning around, but I did the little intro for the show, and I think they got like second place for the show or whatever like that. But it was cool, just to think about it like that. But then, like, even at that time, my coach and his wife, they was saying it, but I didn't really believe it or anything. They was like saying, you're gonna be a DJ. You got a voice. You gonna use it. You're gonna be a DJ or something.
Right.
I was just like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it. So just knowing about turntables, knowing about the music, hip hop side of it, I didn't know anything about that before. So, like 20.
From the very first event, when did you pick up the skill? Because that's what immediately got my attention. I knew you were DJing way back, but I don't think you was there yet.
Right. Matter of fact, I just saw this on a Facebook memory too.
Okay.
2012. 2012. It was 2 years after I started. I had the little Newmark controller thing, right? Plug it up, just plug and play.
Everybody had those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was whenever I wanted to be serious, because I was like, I didn't want to keep doing this. Like, I wanted the real deal. So whenever I was researching, I kept studying, different DJs like Jazzy Jeff.
Yes, the greatest.
And Kid Capri. And I mean, going back to the Grandmaster Flash and stuff, like really seeing Run DMC. And I was really going back to it.
Right.
Like I was just, so 2012 is whenever I finally got this set up.
Okay, I got you.
And I was just like, I just needed something bigger and something better. And I was just like, I'm a rocket.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to learn all of that stuff that I was seeing in like the old school hip hop joints and battle stuff and stuff like that. Because once, you just type it in DJ, you had the mixes, but then it was like a lot of, at that time, the DMC and Red Bull 3 style stuff was really popping at the time. So I was just catching all of that. And I'm just like, yo, what's going on? DJ Buck Rogers, a bunch of Austin DJs. Like, man, DJ Puffy.
Puffy's that's that dude, bro. Puffy is that dude, man. Yeah.
I even I hate to name drop even DJ Ease, Young M.A.'s DJ.
Okay.
That dude is crazy.
You gotta check out the Yin Yang Twins DJ. Scientist.
Yeah.
That dude is retarded.
Yes.
Retarded, man.
But yeah, so it was about 2012. I started saying that's what I need to pick up the skill.
Right.
Like I don't want to just play music. I need to pick up the skill.
Give me like how many years did it take to get to the point where you're at now?
As I guess kind of effortlessly as I kind of make it look.
That's right.
It took about from 2012 and just upgrading my equipment and keep, trying and things and trying new things. And it took about a good 6 years because it wasn't until about 2018 I really felt comfortable.
How much time did you dedicate to it before you tried to try those things in the club? Because I'll be getting on dudes about practicing at a party. You can't practice on somebody else's dime. No. You got to get that shit in at the crib. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I remember I got checked on that.
Really?
I got checked on that once.
Yeah. You wasn't ready yet.
And it wasn't necessarily, it wasn't that I wasn't ready yet. It was just that it was about 10 o'clock in the club. You got about 20 people there.
Right.
I'm just like scratching it up, and they're like, hey, bring that shit down a notch.
Mm-hmm. Right, because the club is different. Like the club is like nobody really give a fuck about how many times that nigga brought it back, what type of scratch that was. We care about that shit. You know what I mean? Right. So a club is different from a party because with a party you really can entertain and perform. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And depending on what the structure is at the specific club that you're playing at, sometimes that shit won't fly. You know what I'm saying? They just want you to play the record.
Right.
You know?
So yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man. I guess some of those nights that I would probably be like shadowing you, Adobe, and Shakers or something. I'll be like watching while you bed, right?
Right.
At 2 o'clock, whenever y'all letting out, y'all getting paid. We the regular folk, we got to get out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was going back home, and I was up till like maybe 5, 6 o'clock trying to do the mixes y'all did,
I know,
and then redoing it, and trying again.
Yeah.
6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I mean,
for years, I would tell niggas, I say, man, yeah, we the brothers getting all the gigs, but somebody is waking up every motherfucking day, going hard for hours, eating Frosted Flakes. Like, one day, nigga, I'm gonna be there. Oh. And you just said it, bro. You was that dude.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, nah. It's it was something that it just really motivated me because like someone like DJ Chill, I remember he used to do like the camp counselor stuff, right? I hate to kind of drop that.
That gotta be before I got it.
It was it was at Girard Park, and one summer I got to just go to the summer camp or whatever. He working out there, he doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he was really influential, really good dude, really stand-up guy, made sure all the brothers was like straight, made sure, we learned what we needed to learn during the summer, or, made sure, it was just straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And coming back to it and seeing, the influence that Chill had now, coming into my teenage years and coming into my adult years, it's like, wow. And he was DJ Chill back then. Right. Yeah. He even got the entourage to come shoot the Bunny Hop video at Girard Park where we was at the camp.
Wow.
And he was DJing at the time. So that was my first time really like seeing it up close, but he was shooting a video.
Yeah.
So again, now, fast forwarding to now to seeing where everybody, y'all have these names and stuff. I kind of was like, okay, I kind of need to pay attention to what y'all doing because obviously y'all doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to have some longevity to it, there is a method to that madness. So I just like, okay, I got to pay attention to the mixes. I got to pay attention to what I personally want to add to it.
Right.
And just see what I can create,
How important is it to read a crowd for young DJs that don't know what the fuck we talking about? How important is it to read a crowd? And we basically saying from the minute people walk in, you kind of got a feel of what the fuck they into. How important is that?
It's so important that the only people that can get away with pre-made mixes are like EDM DJs.
Right. Because you know what they coming for. They coming for that shit, right?
Yeah, they coming for that.
Right.
But out here, like regular, just being like hip hop, top 40, just doing like pop culture stuff. That is possibly the number one thing you need to learn as a DJ is reading a crowd because you can just completely throw everybody off, playing one wrong song. And we've all been there, but it's just the fact that if you don't know like how to read the crowd and you thinking, okay, I'm gonna go to the next song and then I got this song and I got they just gonna call you out. It doesn't matter if it's the best songs in the country.
Right.
They don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
So you have to know what you playing, who you playing for.
Mm-hmm. All right. So one of the things I like about your style is that there aren't many DJs that can play for more than one crowd. How did you learn the open format style?
Oh man, I think that goes back to the practice. Because to be honest, you know, I can, no offense to you, what y'all, what you, Dobie, and Chill,
Yes.
anybody has
Don't
done.
say that shit. Say it. Say it.
Once I get done with the Baton Rouge,
right,
and the bounce, hell, even swing out in Zydeco
right,
sometimes, you're like, what is there else to do?
right. Yeah.
And I remember, having my musical taste coming from either video games or random, pop culture references, wrestling, right? They had the
Right.
random rock songs and stuff. Or
Mhm.
one of my personal favorite, one of my favorite DJs outside of all this stuff was Deadmau5. He played like big EDM stuff, but
Mhm.
just paying attention to everything in between all of that stuff, it just gives you another layer of music to play with. So whenever I would go into, after like that was the thing. We would be going back and forth between Shakers and Nightown.
Okay.
I don't know who did that a lot. It wasn't that many people that did that, but they would go between Shakers and Nightown. See, like at Nightcaps,
right?
You either was in the keg or you was
Right.
in Nightcaps.
That's right.
It was a
That's
very
right.
select few people.
Right. That would go back and forth. Yeah.
That would go back and forth.
Yeah.
And normally they didn't go back and forth for the music. They went
Right.
back and forth for either the drink specials or whatever the case may be, because they knew y'all was going to go hard at 11, 11:30, 12.
Right.
So they're getting these drink specials out. But I'm listening to these DJ Trashy sets.
Yes.
Right? You DJ Trashy, bro. And I used to go to the Island whenever he was playing over there.
Okay.
And just remembering back some of those songs and mixing it. Now you had the Jason Derulo at the time and all of that stuff that's kind of blending the culture.
Yeah.
It was just an easy way to just start playing into stuff like that. Even with Chris Brown and and all that stuff, they're making all of these different genre type songs. So then I'm just downloading them and I'm just finding a place for them in the mix.
Yeah, that sound like my Hot 107.9 days. That's exactly what we were. You know what I'm saying? It still is to this day. But yeah, we were that perfect in between. It got a little edgy, you know what I'm saying? But you definitely got a lot of the pop music, and it wasn't just wasn't the goofy pop music. It was like the real hardcore pop records. Like we were talking about Jack Harlow's record, right? Everybody knows that sample. So he can't fuck this up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that.
It's gonna be hard not to.
Right. So, all right, we talking about your mixes coming up later on tonight. At 6:00, we've got the video version of the mix that ran on Trill FM. Now, speaking of Trill FM, what was the experience like? What were people telling you after they heard the mix?
Oh man, yeah. I had I had my group chat going crazy with some of my brothers that I study with, from around the country. I had, my sister, I had fam calling me and stuff.
Come on.
And it was just like, yo, like, man, you're really good. You're really good.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it's like, y'all know I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Right.
But they were, I guess, they heard it so fluently, I guess. And it was just something that I really felt like I just wanted to, flow and take y'all on a journey.
Yeah.
So it just really came off dope. And they was just like, oh my God, it was so awesome. You were dope. You were great. Like, your transition was good and all that.
You was talking shit and all that, man. I love the ending too. Right. 6:00, my YouTube. One word, DJ Sexy Lex. Make sure y'all tune in for that, man. 6:00. He will be mixing live from where? Where were you?
I was at the Jerk Stop.
The Jerk Stop. And I talk to me about that. So, because I don't recall you being in too many clubs whenever I was really, really, really outside. When did the club start calling? Or when did that opportunity show itself?
I mean, I guess the earliest iteration of it, and I guess I kind of have to thank y'all for it, because I kind of was like I was working with Flex a lot. So every time y'all stepped out the door,
right,
I was able to step in the door.
Gotcha.
And I would say normally because a lot of other DJs didn't present themselves as reliable. So whenever most of the time, whenever I'm doing these first mixes inside of a club, they're like, "Oh no, you got to stay here. We got to get you." No,
Right.
But mainly whenever I was able to do like my thing, like because because I played in bed for a little while. I can't even remember the DJ name that was there, and I had kind of a rough experience with that. Him just turning off the music on me. I'm the beginning DJ, and he's just like cutting the music off on me. And then he starts playing. I'm like, whoa, like damn. Anyway,
damn, nigga, who the fuck
and
was
then
that?
I can't even remember his name, bro. He
like,
became a non-factor.
Where were you?
It was at bed. It was a little while after y'all had left bed.
Wow.
Y'all had moved to Shakers. I can't remember who it was. Like, I'm probably just telling on somebody right now.
I'm trying to think who would do some shit like that.
But it's nobody that's on the circuit right now, so to speak.
Okay.
That happened. Then once stuff started moving from Shakers, I think back into Karma and stuff. I was able to get my foot in the door there. But then money became crazy there, right?
Right.
Then it was just seeing where I could fit in at. And again, I gotta give a huge shout out to Flex, because he was always there, like saying, "Hey, legend."
Right.
And he would kind of point people my way, or he would vouch for me and stuff. And we was able to throw some dope parties. I think again, where it really started for me was at Prime. So once I was able to get at Prime, and hooked up with Denzel, Ben.
Denzel, another one that remind me of you. Like, Denzel is a beast. Man. I gotta get him on here.
That's Denzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Denzi, he definitely inspired me to play a little bit more open format and do things like that. So again, them just inviting me in and really like showing me things, like no offense to you and Dobie and anything like that. I kind of just stood over y'all's shoulder and just paid attention,
because we was slamming it every weekend.
Going on.
We was going hard every weekend.
A lot going on.
Yeah,
man. I got roped. Matter of fact, I got to tell this story.
Okay,
I got thrown to the wolves, bro, at Shakers.
Wow,
it was my first time being DJ at Shakers. It was New Year's Eve.
Oh shit,
I can't remember what it was, but somebody canceled.
Okay,
but it was whenever Johnny Blaze was invited over there.
I think I was there.
Johnny Blaze. You probably came through. I think you did.
I was there. Me and Bree had pulled up. We was in there.
Right.
Yeah, we was in there.
But that's whenever they was just like, yeah, you got the whole night. And I'm like, yo, what? Like, word? And it was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, snap. But I, rise up to the occasion, did my thing.
That's how it happened.
But, just again, fast forwarding it, like I said, just taking, like I said, I was only able to stand over you and Dobie and chill at times, even in Karma and stuff. Appreciate y'all letting me, even by the DJ booth, right? But then Denzi and Ben, they really like started showing me, hey, look, try this track. All right, do it like this. All right, look, the people here, like they were really communicating with me certain things. So at Prime, I was, I really got integrated within the club, and you get to know the bartenders and you get to know the,
it's a family occasion.
Everybody.
Man. Hell yeah. I think that's the only thing I miss, man. Like that Shakers crew. We was some wild motherfuckers, man. But we was like, we was family too, yeah. Like,
straight up. Y'all couldn't.
Yeah, bro.
Let nobody mess with the Ratchet crew, bro.
And see, there's several versions of that. When you talk about Shakers, you got Club Rain. Club Rain was first. That's where I got my start at in Lafayette with Club Rain, and then it turned into another little crew that turned into Shakers. And, then 2014 we came back. We went crazy. You know what I mean? But anyway,
that's what it was, man.
Yeah. How do you feel about pay? Like, I'm sure we all have ran into the problem with pay. Do you feel like you're at the level to where you can start going up on your prices, or do you feel like promoters don't respect the DJs enough with the pay? Where are you with that?
I'll go with both. Like I feel yes. I'm at a point. I mean, if anybody's noticed me or booked me recently, yes, the prices have been going up.
Yeah.
So yeah, what it is, Fat Joe. Today's price ain't yesterday's price.
That's right. That's right.
That's just straight up. But I think promoters and DJs do have a love-hate relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm just being honest. It's more so on the it has to be something that's, where you have to kind of think about the benefits beyond, the money. And I'm just saying that because obviously I know we need the money.
Right.
But I know now I'm in a point where I can definitely use the opportunity.
Yes.
And the opportunity for me, it's a small story. Jim Carrey, he got paid $450,000 for The Mask.
I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The whole movie, right?
Yeah.
But that's pretty much cheap to what the movie actually did. He went on, they held the movie. He went on, did Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura came out before The Mask. So whenever they held The Mask and then released The Mask, that got bigger. And then he was able to sign a $7 million.
Right.
So I'm just saying that to say like things like that inspire me, but I'm definitely not one to back down from saying, hey, look, I can't do it.
Yeah.
If this is not actually benefiting me, financially, and opportunity wise, and like we have to, I think again, new DJs definitely have to figure out their value.
Yes.
And be able to negotiate something, not just drinks and free entry.
And let's stop this game. Look, I don't know when this shit started in Lafayette. When it was me, Chill, and Dobie, I don't care if Chill had a gig that I really wanted. I was not getting on that phone and calling that promoter or that club owner and saying, hey, man, I'll do it for such and such. Like, that shit got to stop. Because I believe that's why we're at a place where you got DJs working for like almost $75 or $100. Y'all done fucked the money up for doing the cheap shit. And the opportunity might be great, but don't sell yourself short, man. Like, whenever we were doing it, I'll say the going price for a DJ at a club was like $500. And the lowest might have been $3. You know what I'm saying? So between Lex, Dovey, and Chill, we got straight to the money. You know what I'm saying? We ain't play no games with that shit. So I hope the young DJs are listening. Stop that shit, man. Just get better. That's all you got to do. Get better.
And don't and don't make it out to where literally you are literally you're playing for what you're asking for. No, not even. No, you're literally playing for what you're asking for. You're sitting there saying, oh, yeah, I'll play for $200, $300 cheaper. But yes, you are a $200, $300 cheaper DJ.
Right.
That's the whole point.
Right.
So, again,
your skill.
Your skill level is definitely not on point to even be trying to bid for some of these gigs.
Right.
So that's why I've always been more so the person that I get in where I fit in.
Yeah.
And where, if I can play, a different type of way or whatever the case may be, and that's what they want to hear, and I can put my price on it, then yes, that's just what it's going to be. But I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I can do what Lex does. I can do what Chill does. Just give me this.
Get off that phone.
I've never done that.
Get off that phone.
And look, this is another thing too. And I'm going to just ask you this straight up.
Okay.
Have you ever, and I'm pretty sure I can ask this to even Dobie or even Chill, have you ever seen me or like ask you for anything?
Never.
Or did I ask you to put me on?
Never. It was it was the skill alone. I mean, I knew you already, but once I started seeing like, oh, this nigga done got cold. This nigga been practicing. And once I seen that, man, you ain't have to ask for nothing. It was always good with you. I mean, it was good before that. It was good once I found out you were DJing or you wanted to do it. I didn't mind you being around. Like we all had to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I remember my start way back in '97. You know what I mean? Everybody let me in, so gotta pay it forward.
So I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man. And I'm not saying DJs don't go out and ask these brothers for help. Y'all can ask me for help. I've been helping DJs as well and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm just saying that I just went about it a bit more. I had more integrity about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't want to make a bad name for myself. I didn't want to be that guy that's undercutting DJs and all that stuff like that, because you hear it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
hear it. You know who it's doing.
Oh, yeah.
DJs, don't act like we don't know y'all doing this.
Right, man.
We know who.
We know what's going on. Now, I got to tell you about one of the text messages I got after, you went live. Rocky said you put a batter in his back, man. He looking for you, man. He looking for you. He say he practicing, man. He ready.
He got to. He got to, man. And that's definitely one of my brothers that definitely been, ever since he came on the scene, me and him, been rocking back and forth.
Oh, yeah. And look, this is his era. Like, this is the Rocky era we're in right now. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He has every right to, be, cutting up. And I definitely want to see him take that over. Like, that's his field. He can. And I would say, again, the thing is that keep that battery there. That's right. My advice.
Keep turning up.
Put that battery there. I'm sorry, bro. Like, cut everything out. That's what I did, man. I went through breakups. I went through, like, everything.
But you was locked the fuck in on what you needed to be locked in on. Now, any other DJs that's doing anything right now that you want to shout out that we might not know?
Man.
That got that sauce?
Up and coming. And Lafayette, I know DJ Noah. He's been doing some things, man. He's been shouting us out.
Yeah, I know Noah. Okay.
Oh my God. To be honest, it's like hard because I'm trying to. Again, we brought up Rocky, so outside of that, to be honest, it's like I don't see nobody else.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm just being
easy.
Yeah.
That's a
I was
bad
just about to say my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Easy is a bad motherfucker, man.
And I only say I didn't see nobody else but Rocky only because I've worked with that man and I've been able to, no offense, I haven't been able to work with Easy yet, but I see the drivers there and I see where he's going.
Yeah.
And I've been able to easily kind of show him, certain things or whatever. And he's been giving me the bounce stuff, like, oh my God.
Bro, that nigga's he the bounce nigga, man.
Yeah, man. Like,
he got that shit.
But yes, definitely Easy is killing it right now. That's why I kind of let that lane be open, man, because it's like I don't want to step on nobody's toes because y'all can cut up with this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all got this. Like you said, I'm more the open format stuff, so I'm looking around the country.
And that's dangerous. Open format is so dangerous because that means a person can walk into any building and play for any crowd. No matter what, they can tear it down. That's a dangerous motherfucker, man.
I mean, literally one weekend, it was an alternative relationship wedding to a country wedding to Black people, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, what was I did a private party on Avery Island.
No shit.
Bro.
That's where all the that's past the B.
Yes.
What the fuck
Island.
was that? Like what it was like?
Bro.
Like a rave or something?
It was close to it. It was close to it. Yeah. It was close to it. We was under an oak. They had the lights everywhere. I mean, I'm sorry, I have to say they got shrooms and stuff going on.
Oh, it was going down. It was one of those.
Whoo, it was crazy. We didn't start till about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, man.
No shit.
I got paid.
How many hours you played?
Man, what time I started for that party at Avery Island? 8.
Fuck no. Nigga, 2 a.m. I'm out. And look,
that's what it was. It was like 2 a.m. it was supposed to be out. And then it was just like, hey, can you stay for another hour? I was like,
man, back in the day when the Delta was popping, I used to have to pull those like damn near 9 to 9s, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We went hard all night.
Nah, I do want to. There was a club I was playing for in Lake Charles. I was doing 10 to 6.
Okay.
If you kind of know where that's going.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you was on 90.
Yeah, on Fusion.
Yeah. Anything on 90 was open all fucking night, nigga.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, man, just, those long nights, I had those long nights of just playing and just thinking to myself while playing, like, how can I get better? And I think that's what we all need. Just how can we get better and how can we progress this thing?
Fucking right. Well, that's what's up, man. Respect the DJ. The mix is going down at 6 o'clock. Make sure you tuned in. It's Trill FM The Beat.